Hi everyone, this is Dr. James Kelly and welcome to the Crucible's Gift, a Leadership's Perspective. This is part of my blog series, but this will be the vlog series, where I focus on different aspects of my forthcoming book called The Crucible's Gift, 5 Lessons from Authentic Leaders Who Thrive in Adversity. Now I've been pretty fortunate that I've sent the book out and I've got a number of recommendations. So I want to read a couple of them for you. So if you're not sure what this book is about, maybe you'll know the people who are recommending it and it might intrigue you a little bit. So one of the top recommendations that I got was from Dr. Marshall Goldsmith. Now, Dr. Marshall Goldsmith is the Thinkers 50, #1 leadership thinker in the world. And this is what he had to say about the book. The Crucible's Gift offers leaders insight into their deepest places that defines them. Prepare for a remarkable journey of self-discovery guided by the stories of leaders who had the courage to go on record in this book and the insights of the author James Kelly. That's just one. The other one that I think is really impressive and I was really excited and super humble about was from Bill George, senior fellow at Harvard School, former chair and CEO of Medtronic, and author of Discover Your True North. Now, Bill George is really one of the seminal authors around the concept of authentic leadership, which is a huge part of this book. And Bill had to say this: James Kelly's extraordinary book, The Crucible's Gift, will guide you on a deep exploration of how to become an authentic leader, learning and growing from your Crucible experience with increased self-awareness, integrity, and compassion, and the ability to relate to others. Following Kelly's great wisdom will not only enable you to become a better leader, but a better human being as well. And that's only 2 of 7 or 8. I can't remember how many I have, but a lot. And I am super humbled because, when you write a book, you're essentially naked, like stark naked. And you put it out to the world and you hope that people are going to like it. Now, this book comes out in April 23rd to be exact. So we're still a few months out before that happens. But what I want to do, like any author should be doing nowadays, is kind of build awareness about what the book is about and what you can get in it. Before we talk about that, and I'll break down what we're going to do in this vlog series over the next 12 weeks, is I thought for many of you, you probably don't even know who I am. And more importantly, most of you probably don't even know where I'm at. So I'm going to show you a picture of where I'm at by taking you to my office window and having a look outside. Now, many of you might see this beautiful blue sky and think, is this Arizona? No. Is this Australia? No. This is just outside Dubai in a little town called Al-Ain. And Al-Ain is where the university, UAE, so University of Arab Emirates University. Sorry. How do you say this? Oh, United Arab Emirates University. This is my employer. And so I've been here for just over a year and a half. And I've been fortunate enough to be here with my wife and 4 kids. And so when I got here, I started on this endeavor to write this book. And this book comes from my podcast called Executives After Hours. For those of you who follow that, thank you so much. For those of you who have not listened to it, please do. This is where I interview leaders from across various industries, and now really quite globally. I have a whole series of people from South Africa coming on, leaders from South Africa, leaders from Australia. And I love that about my podcast. What I also love is that I have a very simple tagline. I care about who you are, not what you do, because who you are will define what you do. I try to take my guests and my listeners on a journey, talking about what the business or industry you're in as a guest, but more importantly, how you got there. Not from a career standpoint, but from a family standpoint, from a upbringing standpoint. It's those nuggets, those crucibles, that is where I learned the lessons for the book. And so the book, The Crucible's Gift, 5 Lessons from Authentic Leaders Who Thrive in Adversity, was born from that. And what I found is that leaders who had a crucible, who had a moment in life that defined them, that gave them a path of left or right, are the ones, when they took the path that was probably more difficult, more self-reflective, they were the ones who thrived the most. They're the ones who grew in compassion and integrity and the ability to relate to others where they're at. But more importantly, they developed their self-awareness and their desire to learn. And this is what this book is about. I use the stories from the guests on my show coupled with my own story and how I've evolved through my crucibles, and share with you ways that you can use your crucibles as a gift, not as a curse. Many of us think of our crucibles as almost a blight, right? As almost something that holds us back. It defines us. We don't define it, the crucible. And so that's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about different aspects of it. So next week on the vlog series, we're really going to dive into what is a crucible. What is that moment? What are those moments? Because we all have them. So until then, thank you. Oh, and by the way, you can also find out more about me on my website, www.drjameskelly.com. Kelley, doctor is just DR. You can also just Google The Crucible's Gift, and it'll take you to my website as well. You can also follow me on Twitter at ExecutivesAHour. You can also follow this on YouTube. That's where we'll be at, so please subscribe and like there as well. All right, thank you. Take care, and have a great week.
You can do whatever you want. Just believe it, believe it. You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want.